And the Niners are winners and will host the NFC title game in the game for the fourth time in 5 years. Rich in Fremont here with Willard and Dibs. Hi, Rich. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. By the way, guys, you know who pays my check?
We don't.
Okay, that would be Echo Pest Control.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. You have mentioned that before,
Put
Rich.
that rat on the table, Rich.
You have.
Please. I don't know, man. I kind of look at it this way. I don't necessarily see everybody, because everybody's saying, Brock had a terrible game and all that type of stuff. I really don't see that. You know what I see? I see a divisional playoff round. You got two great teams. They're both playing well, and this is the NFL playoffs. So you have both teams trying to do the same thing. They're trying to win the game. There were some mistakes that Brock did early, and there were some mistakes that Love did late. But in the end, Brock was good when we needed him to be good at a crucial time. So, in my opinion, I think Brock did what he was supposed to do, like any NFL quarterback, okay? He did what he had to do to get the win, okay? We got the win. And guess what? The Packers are sitting at home thinking about it right now, and we're going to the NFC Championship game. And this is with a second-year quarterback. So as far as I'm concerned, Brock's my guy.
Well, yeah, Rich, thanks. He is your guy. If you're a 49er fan, that's your guy.
Ride or die.
And I will take Brock's game over Jordan Love's game every day of the week on Saturday night. That does not mean that he was the better QB for most of the game. He wasn't. But if you offer me somebody who is shaky for 3 quarters, but then is on point in the end, versus somebody who looked pretty good for 3 quarters and then turns the ball over twice in the fourth quarter in crunch time, I know which one I'm taking all the time. Brock got away with some. There's no doubt. He got away with especially one. That would have, could have, should have been a pick six.
One absolutely should have been. The other one probably could have been.
Could have been. I think sometimes anytime a DB gets their hands on the ball, we're like, should have been picked. Not necessarily.
When it hits you square in the chest,
that one
when it's
for
thrown
sure.
Right to you.
Yes, that one should have been.
And that's a walk-in pick six, too.
Walk-in. Yeah, 10-0.
Yeah.
Same start that Dak went through against this team
exactly
the week before.
Take the crowd out of it, the whole deal.
Yeah, so that one would have lost the game. He got away with it. But, for me, it's that simple. You go to that box score, take everything out that you saw. Wet ball, wiping hands, gloves, inaccurate, sailing passes, all of those things. You go to the box score and I see one QB has 2 picks and the other has none, I know which one I'm taking.
Yeah, you don't ever want to lose the turnover battle. And we've talked about this not only with Shanahan teams, but football teams in general. You don't want to lose the turnover battle. And the Niners, I don't believe, turned it over at all. And
that is
there
correct.
Was a situation where the Packers almost gave them a third on that big kickoff return. That ball was loose for quite a while, and the Packers were able to hustle on top of it. So you don't ever want to lose the turnover battle. And the second of the Jordan Love picks, you can understand in terms of the game situation. Although, as Guru mentioned, and he's right, it was first down. You didn't have to make that throw. It's not like there was 8 seconds left and you were absolutely desperate. You would have liked to see Jordan Love pull that down and run and maybe slide and live to play another day.
Yeah, it's a bad decision. It's a bad decision because it wasn't even close. Again, if Dre doesn't pick that off, Fred probably does. The receiver was like the 4th guy in line to get a hand on that ball. So bad decision by Jordan Love, no doubt. RC in Napa is next up. Hi, RC. What are you doing?
Willie and Dibby, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, RC.
I can trace anything bad that happens back to Brock Purdy back to Dibby, but I'm not going to go there because I don't want to jinx him. The reality is that his strengths are intangibles and they're hard to measure. So I would tell you that I'm an unabashed supporter. After he came into the game, after Garoppolo got hurt against Miami, after the first series, I texted my kids Pro Football Hall of Fame. The reason is he gets better with his mistakes. So this game was poor, but he didn't turn the ball over, okay? You can't have an awful game as a quarterback and not turn the ball over. you have awful games when you turn the ball over. I would go back and tell you that he's better than Patrick Mahomes in year 2. He's certainly better than Josh Allen now because he doesn't do stupid things over and over again. Now, Mahomes has mastered it. He's not doing much stupid. We'll see if Lamar Jackson does something stupid in this game against Kansas City. Brock Purdy didn't do anything stupid in that game. So what I would tell you is you've got to see his intangibles grow again. He didn't do something stupid in a bad game.
Well, RC, yeah, thanks. He did, and he got away with it at the beginning of the game. Again, sometimes we do this. I've made this comparison again with the Heisman Trophy race, for example. You'll see a player go out there, a quarterback, and his team will score 37 points, and the opponent scores 40. And we go, well, now you can't win the Heisman anymore. You lost your biggest game. It's like we scored almost every time we touched the ball. I'm the quarterback. I can't play defense also. So in other words, I bring that up because you're only responsible for what actions you go out on the field and do. Brock Purdy is responsible for a terrible decision that should have been a pick six, and he got away with it. Sometimes this makes us uncomfortable because we want our team to be the best. Championships take a lot of luck. They take a lot of luck. And the 49ers got some. They got some. Whether you want to look at the fourth down spot of Jordan Love, that was dicey at best. Mm-hmm. They missed a kick. They dropped the pick six. All of these things, you probably win the football game if any of them go the other way.
Right.
But they didn't.
No.
They didn't.
Well,
and
the
life
49ers,
is also about taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you.
And the 49ers can look at a blocked field goal and a fumble on a kickoff that maybe bounces their way instead of bouncing to a Packer player. So there's always going to be things in a football game that go your way or don't go your way. And a game like that comes down to one team getting the ball and having to go down and make a play and have a drive. And Brock Purdy did that. It doesn't mean that because he didn't throw a pick that you can't look at his first 3 quarters and say he played badly. That, RC, is too simplistic in my opinion.
Let's go to Hawaii, brother. Al. Al is in Hawaii. Hi, Al. What are you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Just watching my son right now. Listen to you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on that Ryan Clark not elevating the play of the players around him. I mean, what is he supposed to do? Throw the ball to them and run it for them? Or, he's doing the best that he can, right? Getting the ball out to the receivers, doing his job. I just look at it as, who is Ryan Clark anyway? Right? He's a defensive player.
Yep.
Don't know anything about playing quarterback. I don't know why people even listen to him as far as when it comes to quarterback play, which is the reason why I listen to Chase Daniel, JT O'Sullivan, Kurt Warner, and they all give Purdy his flowers. They know what they're looking at. So it's I don't know. I don't understand how people can listen to these guys.
Well, look, Al, thanks. Ryan Clark is a media member now. And you're listening to Willard and Dibs. We never played quarterback, and you listen to what we have to say about all of this. So I'm not going to, remove Ryan Clark's credentials because we don't like what he's saying. But by the same token, what he's saying, I think, is factually incorrect. I don't know how you could look at the 49er offense this year. Look at all the numbers. Debo, all-purpose 1,000 yards. George Kittle, 1,000-yard receiver. Brandon Ayuk, 1,000-yard receiver. Christian McCaffrey, 2,000 all-purpose yards. How can you look at that and utter the statement the quarterback didn't elevate their play? He didn't elevate the people around him. Of course he did. Of course he did. He set a record for the most passing yards ever in the history of the 49ers. That's not elevating the people around you? These guys did not look like this in the Garoppolo era. They did not. So,
he didn't have Christian McCaffrey in the Garoppolo era.
He did at the end.
Right, but Garoppolo's best year when he went 13-3, he had almost very Purdy-esque numbers. His rating, his QBR weren't quite as high, and he was just short of 4,000 yards in 16 games. Brock got the extra game. Yards per game, very similar. Brock had a slightly better year, but in terms of, the idea of elevating the teammates. I don't even know what that means in terms of one quarterback versus another. If the quarterback throws you the football and you get 8 yards versus another quarterback throws you the same pass and you get no yards, is the quarterback who gave it to you and you got 8 yards a better QB? Does he elevate your play? I don't know what that means in terms of a quarterback elevating the play of the guys around.
Well, I think that it means that everybody on offense becomes more dynamic, and they have.
Right.
They absolutely have. They get the ball downfield more. He's more accurate. He's more mobile. Everybody's numbers are going to go up. You're right. I mean, Jimmy had a nice year in 2019. It's fewer yards. It's fewer touchdowns. It's more interceptions. It's all of those things. Sure, he was. That was his best year. But even that one, and part of this is numbers, and then the other part is our eyes. Jimmy Garoppolo never played quarterback at this level for the 49ers.
Right.
Not
they
even
didn't
close.
make the same throws that Brock Purdy does, and they don't run the same plays that Brock Purdy does because Shanahan's got more faith in Brock Purdy than he did in Jimmy G.
Let's see. Let's go to Rob in Concord. Hey, Rob, what are you doing? Rob?
How you doing? Happy Monday.
Hi.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hi. Well, I just wanted to chime in on the 49ers. I do believe that, again, the X factor and heading in from the regular season, going into the postseason, it's been the offensive line. If the 49ers can just, and I say that, I know it's easier said than done, if they can protect and give Brock a little bit more time than being under duress, being pressured to throw the ball, I think we'll see an offense that can score more points. Now, on the defensive side, again, if they can get into the A gaps where they can hopefully tackle and not miss tackles when as an example with the running back that have, the way he was running, it just seemed that was allowing the Packers to open up the passing game. So, again, if the 49ers can get to stopping the running game, I think they'll have success at getting to Jared Goff because that will force them to just pass more than rush.
Rob, I'll tell you this. Thank you, Rob. I'll tell you this. I watched almost every Lions game this year. If the 49ers bottle up, thank you.
He had Amon-Ra St. Brown on his team.
And Jared Goff.
That's right.
And in the family league, I had Jahmyr Gibbs. There was a lot on the line, Dibs. And I watch those guys every week. If they are not letting David Montgomery put them in second and medium and second and short, the Lions have no chance. No chance. They're very much cut from the 49ers' cloth. They will often run it first, and they want to use that to make it a short passing game where Goff can use timing to go to Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta. And he's very, very good at that. He's very accurate. It's a timing offense. But if the Niners are bottling up David Montgomery, and at times it'll be Jahmyr Gibbs as well, you bottle him up to 2 or 3 yards on first down, that becomes a team that is completely out of sorts. That is not the way they want to play.
Right. They want to be, any team wants to be in second and medium and third and short if they can be. And that's, I think, as much a case of the Lions as it is any other team. They have a good tight end. They have a couple of good receivers who can beat you, but they do live on the play action. It's what Jared Goff has been doing throughout the entirety of his NFL career. So that, I think, is a condition for any team, and it might be even more of a factor for the Niners if they don't have Deebo Samuel. We don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to go, because if you don't only have one of your starting 2 wide receivers, then you definitely want to avoid second and third and long.
Word on Deebo is 50-50. That was per Adam Schefter earlier. The other comments, Ian Rappaport and beyond, have said there is cautious optimism. Deebo does not have a fracture in the shoulder like he did earlier in the year.